Sweet, Lapi, thank you for coming on board our new show.
My pleasure.
Fast break points, we're gonna call it. Fast break points.
Awesome.
So now I know you're a big NFL fan, bro, and we're in the middle of the NFL playoffs. Right now we had the wild card round last week. Fortunately, my team, the Steelers, they lost to the Browns, so they're out. Pretty disappointing. Probably the worst playoff games the Steelers ever played in their history. I don't know, but I'm out. But as for you, your team's out too. You support the Raiders, right?
Yeah. No, we were out early.
Mm.
Excuse me, and it all came down to that game against Tennessee.
Mm.
Yeah, I think they should have played Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Because he would have. I guess he would have known the Tennessee plays, and but obviously they didn't play him. So that's up to John Gruden. So yeah, no, we're out, bro.
Yeah.
And it's been a real disappointing season for us.
Mm.
For the last 15 years, the Raiders have always had an awesome defense, and I think just before John Gruden came in, they started to get an offense unit together. So now we've got a pretty good offense unit, and now our defense has pretty much let us down. But oh well, yeah, that's just the way it is. So
yeah.
Put that in the past. Now we just look forward to these next few games. So yeah.
That's right. That's right. The next few games we're talking about is I think it starts Saturday, New Zealand time, and Australia as well. The divisional round. So first up, we have what we got. Let's look at the bracket here. We got the Browns and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
First game up on Saturday, New Zealand time. So who's looking good? I know the Chiefs and the Packers. They're the top on their conferences. So to be honest, like if I can just fast forward it, I reckon it's going to be a Packers Chiefs Super Bowl. But this match against the Browns and then Chiefs, what's happening there?
Yeah, well, this is the exciting part of the NFL when it comes towards playoffs, because this is the time where, the beauty of the NFL is that all of these teams that are in the playoffs now, any one of them has the potential to win the Super Bowl. And that's the thing. So, unlike, if Tom Brady was still at the Patriots, Patriots would definitely they'll be in there. You know what I mean? But in terms of, but going back to Kansas and who was it, Browns?
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. But for me, I'll be supporting the underdog, so I'll go with Cleveland. But Kansas are too strong because they've been to the playoffs before. They've won the Super Bowl. So it all depends on the masterminds. It all depends on the quarterback. What's his name? Mahomes. Is that his name?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. So he's been a superstar.
So it'll all come down to him. It'll come down to the masterminds of both teams, really. Browns. I won't write off the Browns. They've been playing consistently as well, and to knock out Pittsburgh last week, or was it this week?
It was last week.
Yeah. So to knock out Pittsburgh, that was a shock.
Yeah.
Hey, that would have been a huge shock, and just seeing everyone's comments on social media, even some of the most loyal Steelers fans that I know of, they were heartbroken, and so I just laugh at them. I just want to know how it feels.
Yeah.
They know how it feels,
No, I'm going for the Browns on this one, even though my heart, I know my mind will say, Chiefs will win, but
definitely,
my heart will go for the Browns only because they beat my team, Steelers, and
yeah,
Yeah, and because I think Kansas City has um Le'Veon.
Yeah,
They used to be for the Steelers, and we parted ways on bad terms with that guy. So, yeah, I don't want
yeah,
to see those KC guys go down. But yeah, so that's them.
yep,
Um, so you got the Browns and that. So on the other side of that, we've got the Ravens and the Bills. Now for
yeah,
me, the Ravens look pretty good. They're a real good uh, they're real good last year. So I think they've got more experience. The Bills are surprised this year. Eh? They've
yeah,
been
definitely.
they've been coming up.
Yeah,
So
no,
I think they're the form team out of those two.
Buffalo have, they went and spent a lot of money this year on getting some awesome players from college, and I think one to watch out for is AJ Epinesa.
Hmm.
He's been the real, that not so much the driving force, but he's been that real silent assassin for them this year, and he's been a good buy for them. I've been watching him since college when he was at Iowa Hawkeyes, and they pulled him straight out of college. He had one more year
Hmm.
to finish college, but that's how good he was. That he was drafted into the NFL last year. So Buffalo's looking really good, and I reckon they're the dark horse.
Oh, okay.
They're the
Yeah.
dark horse
Yeah.
for the playoffs. So yeah, I'm expecting good things
Hmm.
out of that game. But like you said, Ravens have got a lot of experience. The Ravens have been there before.
Hmm.
They've been there, many times. They've been in playoffs and they've gone on to win Super Bowls as well.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to write them off. But who am I going for? I'm going to go for Buffalo on that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though there's a ton of experience in the Ravens again, I'm going to be the underdog and I'm going to go for Buffalo and expecting great things out of that offensive unit.
Hmm. Shot. Yeah. Yeah. Underdogs for sure. Yeah, if you compare them to the Ravens, but I like the play of the quarterback Josh Allen.
Oh yeah,
He's been the man the last few games. I mean, that
he's
game
been
against
very
the
consistent.
yeah.
He's been very consistent, and so yeah, I think another team that's it's a real shame that they aren't in the playoffs is Atlanta Falcons. I thought they had a tremendous year, but oh well, back to the drawing board
Yeah.
for them, and yeah,
Sweet man. So I think I got it wrong earlier on. I think the Browns and the Chiefs they're on Monday, New Zealand time, and the Ravens
oh
Bills
yeah,
they're on Sunday.
Monday our time, Sunday over there, eh? Yeah,
Yep,
that'll be right.
yep, yep. So there's on the other side we've got I think that this is a Sunday game, Rams and Packers. So I think the Packers they're there for a reason. I mean Aaron Rodgers I think he's got. Do you reckon he's gonna be MVP this year? He's been playing real well.
Yeah, he's been playing extremely well, and yeah, definitely MVP.
Hmm.
The guy's he's a senior pro now. And goodness, I haven't heard Rams in a playoff since back in early 2000.
Hmm.
I think it was 2000 when they won it.
Yeah.
Who did they play? Tennessee Titans in Super Bowl 2000. And, back then you had the two greatest running backs of that era, of that time. You had Marshall Faulk, who played for the Rams, and then you had Eddie George playing for the Tennessee Titans. And you also had two great quarterbacks as well, one in Kurt Warner. And that was a real, success story of Kurt Warner playing for the Rams at the time. He came from like fourth, what do you call it? He was fourth. They pulled him out of arena football, and he was still working at a supermarket, stocking shelves. So that was a great success story out of that. And then, in that season, their number one quarterback, he gets injured. the number 2 quarterback gets injured, and then now they're thinking, oh my gosh. And so they pull Kurt Warner out of arena football, bring him straight into the practice squad, and then he ends up being the number 1 quarterback and then wins the Super Bowl, And on the other side, you had Steve McNair, who also was an awesome quarterback as well. But that's history, and it'll be good to see the Rams, overcome the Packers. But yeah, highly unlikely. Packers on the roll. Packers have been there before, and like the Ravens, ton of experience.
Yeah.
And they've also got the old former players, that are no doubt probably coming into their camp, speaking to those certain individual players, getting in their head and getting them prepared, for the big show. So yeah, I'll go the cheese, man.
Yeah.
Let's stick with the cheese and go the Packers.
I think also because it's a home game for the Packers, I think the climate of it's winter now. So LA, those guys at LA, they're used to the hot weather. Going over,
right.
It'll be a big deal, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone hates playing at the Packers during winter. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, Buffalo's the same as well in winter. It's ugly as, man. It's like, yeah, let's go play at Mount Ruapehu.
There's a nice analogy there. Cool. And finally, we have everybody's favorite son, American. Talking about the guy that plays for the Buccaneers now.
Yeah. Yep.
They're playing the Saints. Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's the game to watch, man. I think that's going to be the game that you don't want to miss out on, because again, 2 great quarterbacks, but obviously, Tom being, having the upper hand. Yeah, man. I still remember watching Drew Brees when he was playing for Purdue, in college, and I played at the Rose Bowl. I think it was either 2000 or 2001 in Pasadena. And, the guy was playing up against a Samoan quarterback at Washington, and his name was Marcus Tuiasosopo. But Marcus was the number 1 quarterback at the time, and Drew Brees was just probably number 4, in the Pac-10. But Washington schooled them, man. Schooled the Purdue Boilermakers, and obviously that Samoan quarterback, Marcus. And Tuiasosopo was a real well-known Samoan family name in the NFL. His father, Marcus's father, Manu Tuiasosopo, he played for Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
And man, who else did Manu play for? I think he played for the 49ers, I think. But Marcus went on to play. He got drafted to the Raiders after college, but he was a second string to Rick Gannon at the time. But even though Drew Brees didn't have a successful college, career, he went on to go to the Saints. I think he got drafted to the Chargers, if I remember correctly, Drew Brees. And then from there he went to the Saints, and then hey, Drew can say, hey, well, I won a Super Bowl. I've got a ring. That'll be an interesting game, but you can't take anything away from Tom Brady. The guy's he's the all-time, probably the number 1 quarterback, even though he's with a new franchise. But when you got a leader like that, yeah, that's like the Richie McCaw of Tampa will they'll be doing their trick plays, man.
Yeah.
Against the Saints. If Saints defense aren't on, then yeah, Tom's he's gonna run away with it. And plus, when it comes to playing, with against the clock, his time management is the best. Tom Brady, so that guy can play well under pressure, and he's been there numerous times. So, I'll go Tampa. I'll go Buccaneers for that game, bro.
Okay, sweet. I think that will be an awesome game to watch, that one. I think 2 games will be awesome this weekend. It'll be that one, the Buccaneers Saints, and the Ravens Bills. I think
Yep.
those 2 games were the ones to watch.
Definitely.
But if the Browns bring out a upset,
another upset,
and you missed that game, well, that's probably the game of the week. Yeah, man. All right, cool, man. That's fast break points. Oos.
That's it. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it. Now, man, thanks for coming on, Laps.
I appreciate it.
We'll probably give you a call next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the championship round,
Let's break down the games from.
Yeah, exactly, for this weekend.
I look forward to it. Look forward to it, brother.
All right. Sweet, man. You take care. You take care. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. You too, brother. Bye.
Bye.